Hey everyone, it's me, Lucky Star Pie, here with this week's news. This week, it's huge. We have new WWE tags with crews, crossplay, and we say goodbye to 360. So what to aim for. Under the season tab, you can view your challenges, and now you'll notice Long Haul is listed as a recurring challenge with random rewards. The store has also changed, and well, you'll just have to take a look. Be warned, after this reset, your premium rounds on different tanks may have reset to purchase automatically with gold instead of silver, and you need to check every single one of your tanks to make sure that you know what you're paying for with what. The new season is finally here, World of Tanks Summer Slam, featuring a new battle pass system for purchase where different passes grant you access to different rewards. The season pass only costs 2,000 gold and includes the WWE logo emblem, Becky Lynch, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Andre the Giant crews, which you unlock along the way. Becky Lynch's FE1066 Senlac tank is unlocked at level 75, and at level 100 you unlock the Andre the Giant and Stone Cold Steve Austin tanks. The season pass also awards 2,200 gold, covering the cost of the pass itself. The loaded pass gives you the same rewards with 15 levels automatically complete to jump ahead for only 5,200 gold. The ultimate pass jumps you 25 levels ahead, and you immediately acquire the Undertaker M48A2 patent with crew upon purchase, and that costs 11,600 gold. Season pass holders also have the option to skip season levels for gold. If you do not have a season pass, you will not see the option to skip any stages. The store also has bundles containing the WWE tanks if you just want to jump right in without the wait. If you don't want to spend gold for these passes, you don't have to. You can make your way down the free pass line to earn the Stone Cold Crew 500 gold and the Stone Cold Steve Austin tank at level 100. In other tank news, if you own the STB1 or the T95E2, you're in for a treat. These tanks now feature the hydropneumatic suspension. If you're unfamiliar with this feature, it is similar to Siege Mode featured by the Stark. Hydropneumatic suspension is automatic when your tank falls below 10 km per hour, and you exit this mode by passing 19 km per hour. This can strategically be used to increase accuracy depending on the situation. Hydropneumatic suspension is currently employed by the UDES Alt 4, UDES 16, and UDES 15-16 Swediums, and the UDES 3, the STRV 103, and the STRV 103B Swedish tank destroyers. Now, while you're out there in your tank destroyers, an XP change that affects how damage is split between spotter and damage dealer has occurred. When shooting an enemy that is spotted or tracked by another player, the shooter will now receive 100% of the XP earned for the damage dealt instead of only a portion. The player or players who have the enemy spotted or tracked will still receive XP for the assist, and their earnings are not affected by this change. For the snipers and squares out there, this can be a huge relief to the painful grinds to tier 10, as well as change platoon tactics amongst friends to encourage more scouting to benefit everyone, not just the scout. The following changes were made to keep your vehicle's performance more effective throughout the course of the battle. Effectiveness of damaged engine will be increased from 50% to 60%, and knocked out crew members' effectiveness have been increased from 0% to 20%. This stacks with Jack of all trades. Several British tank destroyers also got a buff, the list including the Tortoise, the Universal Carrier 2-pounder, the Valentine AT, Archer, Electo, AT-15, AT-2, AT-8, and the Churchill gun carrier. These tanks received a wide variety of buffs ranging from pen, reload times, accuracy, camo, terrain resistance, aim time, and invisibility factor at shot. When you're out there capping bases, there's no longer a delay when the game ends. Once the base is captured, the victory will be immediately given to the team who has captured the base, and the base capture indicator will now show the total number of players currently capturing the base. No more final kill after the cap, and if you want to share a GG, you better say it before the timer ends. The Proving Grounds game mode has been removed with no indication of whether or not it will return, but for those of you that have missed it, Commander mode is back. Aside from fun and definitely a different take on tanks, this unique mode where you can be a commander of a team of tanks is back permanently with a couple of changes. You now play against UI and are no longer restricted to one-tier tanks, but can select different tiers. Which tier you select will allow for +1 and -1 from that tier to be added to the platoon. There were several bug fixes and tank adjustments that were also made this update. To name a couple that might be noticeable, the Diamondback Mark I added a wiggly canister on the back of the tank, the Barracuda lost its hammer and tarp to prevent gun clipping, and the Valor emblems have been adjusted to prevent overlapping. Several tanks had gun audio adjusted and camo scaling as well. Some maps have new battle variants including Kaunas, El Halaf, Arctic Region, and Fisherman's Bay. These maps didn't just get new spawn locations, they also have new trees and vegetation, more trees and vegetation, reimagined terrain, and more accurate and dynamic lighting. Maps will now be rotated in and out to improve the visuals, add culturals, and perform other map-related dev work when needed. A few maps were also adjusted to prevent unintended gameplay. On Severogorsk, players are now unable to drive up the slope area in the F8 section. On Himmelsdorf, the pathway at the G6 location now has a collision that prevents users from accessing the unintended areas. On Fjords, the buildings at the G6 location now have a collision that prevent users from getting inside of them. If you know of any other maps or issues where players have found bugs to take advantage of in-game, you can always clip your replays and send them to customer service on the Wargaming website to bring awareness so that they can tackle these issues one at a time. All these new maps and new season tanks are outstanding, but overshadow something that is in the end maybe bigger. Crossplay is now live. It seems a small blip in the hurricane of the Summer Slam, but let's just see how it plays out between Xbox and PS4. There are bound to be cropping up several videos on how to crossplay. But here are a few notes. The crossplay is not mandatory, but it does help with queue times. You can friend your crossplay buddies through an in-game system, and at the moment you can't gift them anything, but you can hear them in-game, and that's a step in the right direction. That wraps it up for today's update. I hope you enjoyed this video or podcast, and if you wish to support, please visit patreon.com/LuckyStarPie, and we'll see you out there, Commander.